Right. Hello Saber fans, Megtooth Sith Sabers here. Got a saber to show you. This is not for a customer. This is actually a personal saber of mine. If y'all watch my videos on my channel, you've seen this saber before. This is Mako, and I know everybody's like, oh man, what's he doing another video about this saber for? Because this saber keeps going through evolutions. So recently I had a customer and I was doing a commission for them, and I ended up having to harvest the board out of this saber to get that saber doing what I told the customer it would do. So that saber's gone, and then my favorite lightsaber, which I know some people think that this is uglier than sin, but the bottom line is, look, it was my first MHS saber, and you know, when it comes to which saber I choose to pick up and mess around with when I'm going to show people what my sabers can do, you know, I don't pick up my Graflex, I don't pick up my MPP, I pick up Mako. To me, this is still my favorite saber, and to have it without a brain, without a board, was very upsetting me. So I've updated the board in it. I've also made a lot of other upgrades, which we'll get to in a minute. But anyway, let's pull the kill key. It's got a custom boot sound. That says Mako by Megtooth Sith, for those of y'all that can't hear it. Now I want you to see something. Now every time I built a saber, I would love to have a PLI. The custom saber shop never has one in stock. Well, if you've watched my my SMD LED and my Neopixel videos, then you've seen the SMD LEDs that I put on to the board. Well, I cut a little slit into Mako here, and in that slit here you can see those SM LEDs going. There they go. Look at that. So now, you know, even though I could never get a PLI, now I have one. And not only that, the PLI does different stuff with whatever the saber's doing. And I'm going to cut the saber on right now just so you can... So that's number one. Number two is, this looks kind of sloppy, but I'm going to be doing a lot of tuning up. But I got my kill key where I can get it out of the saber from the internal chassis. Look, eventually I'm going to redo Mako into basically the same design but a fixed chassis system. It's going to be way better. But at any rate, those are two main upgrades in this. The last main upgrade, which I'm very excited to show everybody, is I know that you've been watching my experimentation with these Neopixels and working out diffusion on the Neopixels. Well, Mako is a Neopixel saber. Now, I'm not going to go through all the fonts because this thing has, you know, I don't know, 13, 14 fonts on it. There's no sense in going through all of them. But what I am going to do is go through a couple of the fonts that are pretty cool and let you see what these Neopixels can do in an actual working saber. I have a Neopixel saber, and it's Mako, my favorite saber. So how cool is that? So just, if everyone's curious, Mako is running the TCSS adapter, and the saber blade I'm using, of course, has the TCSS adapter in it, and it's actually pretty simple. You just push it in until it locks in, and then you tighten your blade retention screws, and you're golden. So now, anybody that knows Mako also knows, well, Mako has a crystal chamber, and this was the first crystal chamber I ever constructed. It's just brass washers and stuff. It's actually pretty primitive looking. It's kind of cool. I like it. I did upgrade it the last time I rebuilt Mako, put a real crystal in here. Well, now guess what? Oops, I gotta pull the kill key. You see that crystal now? It's being lit up by a Neopixel. So I've got a Neopixel chamber lightsaber. So let's kill these lights and show you what this bad boy can do. So here is Mako. I hope y'all can see this. Hey, by the way, Igniter fixed his Nigon fixed the flash on Igniter. You can breathe on that thing, it would throw a flash, and it's not even on its most sensitive setting. So there's awesome. Blasters. Let me get rid of that music. There we go. Lock up. That is crazy. That'd make somebody have a seizure right there. Crazy bright. Let's look at the retraction. Let's go to another font.
Hello there.
Yeah, we'll do Graplex 4. I love this font. Lock up. That is just crazy. It's definitely a seizure stick. Blaster blocks again. Clash. That's awesome. Let's look at the my indicators. Isn't that awesome? Retraction. Just awesome. Of course, any of y'all are familiar with Nigon boards, you also know about dual phase. Now there's that 66666 dark blue that everybody talks about. It's just awesome. And then it's back to that cyan, which is a mix between green and blue. So let's reel that baby in. And let's go to...
Hello? Yes, ma'am.
This one's kind of crazy because it's got red blaster blocks on a yellow blade. So... that's just sick. Lock up. Now the blaster blocks on this blade. I'm hoping that's not blowing it completely out. Oops. I still haven't glued the braid together. A kiss is enough. Alright, let's go back to font 1.
I am no Jedi.
Ooh, forgot. I wanted to show this one. So this is, you know, drawing the most amps, but here you go. Ahsoka Tano. White. Let's go to font 1. The Guinness is definitely about on this one. My favorite saber is now my first Neopixel saber. So it plays music while it works too, which that's typical Igniter. But at any rate, Mako, it's off the hook, incredible. Also, by the way, Igniter has demo mode where you can just turn on the, you can just turn on the saber and put it in demo mode, and it'll cycle through all the fonts, doing all its stuff. I mean, it's just, this thing is sick. So I just wanted y'all to see those accent LEDs there again. I mean, not the accent LEDs, but the actual. Those are the LEDs, the SMD LEDs that are on the board. And, I actually was able to get a window over them too, so there's actually a window. But it's complicated how I did that, so there ain't no way I could do this for somebody else. I mean, this is a lot of work. But see my LED thing going, and then blaster block, lock up, flash, and then you turn it off, and you see it even does a retraction on the saber off. Isn't that incredible? Let's see if we can...
Hello there.
Yeah, you're only seeing the saber off. A couple of them you can see the saber on, but at any rate, man, those things are awesome. So, also, tip from Jedi Sith, extended kill key that goes down through there. I still got to do some finishing up on that. But at any rate, there is Mako Take 4, my first Neopixel lightsaber. That's awesome. And, now I'm totally focused on teensies. I can wire these Neopixels. Teensy Kylo Ren sabers are next. Stay tuned. With fire blades. It's going to be awesome. Little quick addendum to Mako here is I know a lot of people, go through withdrawals with the old blade plug thing, and this blade plug, I'm not finished with it yet, but blade plug that illuminates just like we're used to. Let's show you that blade plug here in a second on the end. I mean, I just finished building this thing. It's hot off the press, but basically, I'll put some pictures up on TCSS, but, there's 2 Neopixels in there, and I put a TCSS, blade adapter in there and attached it to the 2 Neopixels. My resistor's inside the saber on this one. And here's another thing. Anytime you have a crystal chamber, you're going to have to put the resistor in the saber, at least before the blade. So, that the blade spot where you can zap a SMD resistor is really nice and handy, but the bottom line is any crystal chamber, you're going to have to put the resistor, before that LED there. So my resistor's in the hilt, and then, the blade plug, which has 2 Neopixels in it, and now it matches the saber. I mean, that's it. Very simple Neopixel saber plug.